Well, Brent, Debbie, thanks for spending some time with me today. We just wanted to take an opportunity and share with some of our patients why it is that we like partnering with Birth Choice, and then let you guys share a little bit of what you do with us. About 3 years ago, the doctors were looking for a way for us to give back to our community, and faith is so important to them and to me that it was just a natural partnering to find who's local and how can we help someone who's doing something so important. And Birth Choice was just a natural selection for us, and there just isn't any way that we could even find to be able to do something that lasts longer than we will. So it was just so easy to partner with you guys. So tell me a little bit and share with us what it is that you guys do at Birth Choice.
This is Brent, our founder and CEO, obviously. 21 years ago, he decided that God had called him into a ministry to save babies from abortion. And so we see we have 2 offices, one in Gibson County, one in Jackson. And we see about 700 girls a year between the 2 offices. Many of them coming in thinking abortion is their only alternative, and they hear about a God who loves them and a God who created that baby inside of them, and how He has a plan for that baby, how He has a plan for that girl. And we just give her the truth, maybe that she's never heard before, about all of her options, and encourage her and stand beside her whatever that decision is.
Brent, does any one particular person that you guys have ministered to stand out to you right now that you might want to share?
You know, there is a lot of those. It was interesting when we first came in today. You were talking about someone who were recently adopted, and one of the reasons that one of the things that we call attention to is now that most adoption agencies, as we have known them in the past, cease to exist. They are not out there like they used to be, and it's because they don't have babies to place for adoption anymore. Now, some of them do. Most of them survive by becoming involved in the states in where they're established, into the foster care program, and that brings in enough funds to allow them to stay open. But they still kind of on the side place babies for adoption. And what's interesting that most people do not realize is adoption as we know it today really didn't exist 15, 20 years ago, because most of the adoptions that we all know of are international adoptions. They're from China, they're from Russia, they're from Latin America, Central America, and all those things are great. That's wonderful that people do that. But what's interesting is the fact that the reason that we have migrated to that is because we don't have enough of our own babies to adopt, because we're aborting them. We're aborting them. And 21, 22 years ago, Dr. James Dobson said something on his very first video series, and it was called Turn Your Heart Towards Home. And in that video series, he made the statement that for every child in America that is aborted, there's a 2-parent married couple whose adoption request will go unanswered.
Right.
That was 21 years ago, and it is still true today. And so it's always encouraging to hear adoption stories. We get to participate in those some and see the results of that. And of course, that's what we're about also.
Right. Now, you guys have a walk coming up in September. Debbie, what was the date and time?
September 24th. The walk begins at 9. You can get registered at 8:30. We've got lots of wonderful surprises in store. I don't want to let any cats out of the bag just yet, but we've got lots of surprises in store. It's going to be a good one.
Well, we're excited. We're going to be there, and we're going to have a table and bring some goodies to pass out to everybody. And we're hoping that our own Vanessa and Eddie will be able to bring their newly adopted little girl, Isabella. We're so excited about that, to have a new member of the McLemore family. So she's been such a blessing. Thanks so much for sharing, you guys.
Thank you for inviting us.
We'll see you in September.
Okay, great.